All right, hello, welcome to Heal and Ascend Tarot. So I hope everyone's doing well. Today is going to be a pick a card reading. So this reading is what Spirit wants you to know. So essentially, what have your spirit guides been trying to tell you? What is it that you're not seeing right now? What's important? What's most important for you to understand and know at this point on your journey? So I'm making this video today. I've done this video in the past. I love these readings. I think they're so just important to have, right? Like, I think this is really what benefits us when it comes to tarot readings. So I actually have added a 15-minute reading on my website. So if you want to get a personal reading for what Spirit wants you to know, if you're looking for more general guidance just for you and your own life, you know, I have that reading available now. So pretty much what it's going to break down is specifically, what does Spirit want you to know? So anything can come out. Maybe it'll be about love. It might be about money. It might be about health. We'll see what comes through. And then what we're going to look at is the major blockage you have in your life right now, and then the advice. Okay, so it's a 15-minute reading. If you're interested, the link will be down below to all of my readings, and you can check that out and you can book there. Okay, but and also too, if you want to book just a personal twin flame or soulmate reading, that's also down below in the description box. Okay, but let's jump in. So we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So choose the crystal that's resonating with you most. What does Spirit want you to know? So I'm just going to move these over. Okay, so let's start with this crystal here. If you chose the rose quartz, let's see what Spirit wants you to know. Yeah, I was just about to say it's going to be about love because you guys chose the rose quartz, and we have the lovers coming through. We have the 4 of cups. We have the first chakra. We have time to go. Yeah, and we have true love, exactly. So it makes sense. I was literally about to say this is going to be about love, and it is. But I feel like it's about romantic love, but it's also about self-love. And this is a very, very clear message, okay? This message might be not triggering, but it might be a little bit difficult to hear, but maybe some of you guys are already aware of this. So it might just be kind of a confirmation that this is what you're needing to do. Okay, so, all right. There's someone that you've been very fixated on, okay? There's someone that you've been wanting to be with. There's someone that you've been really focused on, but it hasn't been moving in the way that you want. This connection hasn't been progressing in the way that you want. Maybe you've been wanting something more committed from this person and they haven't been giving it to you. Maybe you've been wanting more communication and they're not talking to you. There's a feeling here that I'm getting where when it comes to love, you're not getting what you're looking for from this specific person. Okay, not to say that this person is the wrong person for you, but I get the sense that you're wanting something more deep and committed and you're not getting that, okay? Spirit is wanting you to seek other possibilities right now, and with the 4 of Cups coming through here, I feel like seeking other possibilities is actually about seeking yourself. A lot of you are needing to find more stability within yourself with the first chakra coming through. When I see the first chakra, I usually tell, especially if I see this coming out in personal readings, I always say that this is probably someone who's dealing with a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, and a lot of worry. So when our base chakra is not balanced, we are not secure, we don't feel safe. So of course we're gonna feel anxious. And I feel like this is when it comes to love. So a lot of you might have a lot of anxiety about love. Some of you might actually have an anxious attachment style. And what I mean by that is, if you ever perceive that your partner is distancing themselves from you or leaving, you become very anxious, all right? So that is essentially the anxious attachment style. There's more to it. Actually, if you are interested, I have a self-love course where I actually go into all of the attachment styles and what style you really want to have, which is secure. But I feel like you're being called to walk away from this situation right now and find yourself. So the true love card, well, look at this here. Also, we have time to go. So this is a clear message that it's time to walk away from the situation that you've been unfulfilled with. And I know a lot of you don't want to. Like, you're probably hearing this reading like, I don't want to let this go. And I think a lot of it is having to do with the fact that you're so heavily attached to this person. But Spirit is saying it's time to go because this is not fulfilling you. You have some inner work to do. And with the true love card coming through, this is about loving yourself. And I get the sense that a lot of you are not getting what you want out of your loving romantic relationships. And it's because your romantic relationships are mirroring back to you the love that you have for yourself. So Spirit is wanting you to walk away from this connection right now that's not fulfilling you, to work on you, right? So, and I say this actually on my other channel too, like people can't show up for us until we show up for us. Right? So like if we are always abandoning ourselves, chasing after other people, guess what? People can only abandon us. Like that's just how how it works. That's just how the mirror process works. And it's also just really the law of attraction, right? Like we get what we are, okay? So we draw in what and who we are. And I just sense that you, especially if you chose the rose quartz, this is heavily talking about self-love. And I think a lot of you have been trying to find love through other people, and you're needing to first find it through yourself. So if you've been finding that you've had a lot of failed relationships or things are not going the way you want them to, it's because you're being called to do things differently. You're being called to look at yourself first. You're being called to love yourself first, and then the chips will start to fall into place. Okay? I do apologize for the quality of the audio. I forgot to put the mic in. I just realized that. And I think it's too late now because it might actually cut off, so it's going to be very scratchy. Sorry about that, guys. But anyways, we'll move on to pile 2. So I do hope this resonated. Again, if you want to book your own personal messages from Spirit or what you need to know, the reading is called What You Need to Know. It's on the website, but the description for personal readings will be down below. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. All right, guys, so if you chose this crystal here, this music is like making me feel like I need to talk louder. Okay, so what do you need to know? We have the 5 of Wands, 5 of Gabriel. We have the Empress. We have the World. We have higher power. And we have fragmented energy. Okay, this is a really clear message. Okay, so for those of you who chose this pile here, I feel like you're dealing with a lot of conflict in your life. There's a lot of challenges that are coming up. I think a lot of people actually could be jealous of you, or a lot of people, there's a lot of conflict around you, but it's mainly because you're coming into your power with the Empress coming through here. All right, so you guys are you're merging into your hopefully divine feminine energy. Some of you could be maybe divine masculine energy, but I think most of you it's going to be your feminine energy watching this reading. There are a lot of people around you who are causing drama, okay? And I feel strongly with the 5 of Wands, this can indicate competition. So I think, especially with the Empress next to the 5 of Wands, there's a lot of people who are looking at you and who are causing you issues because you're stepping into your power, because you're honoring who you are, because you're loving yourself, because you have this great connection to spirituality with the higher power. All right? When you start to step into your divine nature, it can be extremely intimidating to people who are stuck in the 3D paradigm. And I feel like with the Empress coming through, you guys are emerging. You guys maybe live a luxurious life. And I don't necessarily mean like materialistic. I just mean that this could be you live an abundant life. Like you're very happy internally, and maybe that's also reflected externally. Like there's a sense of luxury here, and I'm not talking about materialism, okay? But people can just tell that you live abundantly and that you're very happy and that you get your needs met. You do have a strong spiritual connection with the higher power, and I think this is positive. Spirit is actually saying that this is really good. You're learning how to ground your energy, so you have a spiritual connection, but I feel like you're also learning how to live in the physical world and balance that out. Now, the only issue that I'm seeing here with your reading is you're starting to allow the people around you to affect you. Okay, so the people who might be jealous of you, or there's people around you who are jealous of you, or people around you who are trying to bring you down. And some of you guys, actually most of you who are watching this reading, you're whether you realize it or not, you're allowing it to affect you, and it's causing this fragmented energy. So it's like there's a part of you that's standing in your power, but then there's a part of you that's going back to your old version of self. It's like this is funny actually, so I'm going to give you an example. Have you guys ever had this experience where you left home, okay, so like you left home, maybe it was like for college or something like that, and you weren't around your family for a long time and you changed as a person, and then you go back to visit your family for like a holiday and you find that you go back into the same role, like you go back into who you were as like the person that you were before, even though you've changed. Sometimes when we're around certain people, even if we've changed, we'll go back into who we were. And I feel like a lot of you guys are emerging into something really beautiful, but then when you're around these other people, it's like you go back into your old self, your old like unhealthy habits, or you just allow the drama of other people to kind of pull you back. And I feel like you guys are needing to be aware of this because it's fragmenting your energy. It's not making you as powerful as you could be. And a lot of you guys, you have this power. You have a lot of power. So just be careful about who you're giving your power to. You don't want to give your power to anyone, but I get the sense that some of you guys are fragmenting your energy because there's people around you that, whether you're aware of it or not, are almost sucking the energy from you. So you have to take responsibility and not allow that to happen. Okay? So I do hope that this was helpful. Again, if you want to book the What Spirit Wants You to Know reading, the information is down below for booking a personal reading. Okay? So let's move on to pile number 3. I love this crystal. This is oh gosh. I forget what this one is. I just had it at the top of my head. I just looked up and it was 1111. Okay, let's see what comes through. Okay, so we have the Wheel, we have the 9 of Swords, we have the woman holding a coin, we have orphans, and we have travel. Okay, so what does Spirit want you to know? Okay, I'm getting a very strong sense of loneliness here. I feel like a lot of you might be very successful when it comes to your work or your career, or there's something in your life that you're really proud of, whether that's your home or your money. Maybe you worked really hard and got yourself a car that you really love, whatever it is. I feel like there's something that you're proud of, and I feel like it's more about what you've accumulated in life. So it's like the physical things in life, the things around you. But there's a feeling of loneliness here. I get the sense that you're not emotionally fulfilled. So you might have a lot of things around you. Maybe you have money to go do things. You have a nice warm house or whatever it may be. But when it comes to emotions, there's a sense of loneliness here. And even if you have people around you, I'm still getting a lonely vibe. Especially even if you look at this card to me feels lonely. And then we also have orphaned, which is a card of abandonment. But with this travel card, I just feel like you guys have done a lot of things in life, or you've accomplished a lot. So you've accomplished a lot. And a lot of people would look at you and go, wow, you're successful, or wow, you've done a lot. But you've realized that it's not something that's actually fulfilling you. There's something that's missing here. Some of you guys are carrying a lot of baggage as well with this card, and I feel like this baggage is related to your past. Okay, you are dealing with a very painful karmic cycle with the Wheel coming through here. You're needing to shift out of this energy. I think a lot of you have a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, a lot of worry. For some of you guys, you're holding on to toxic shame. And what I mean by toxic shame, this is a term coined by Brené Brown. And so when we feel guilt, okay, I'll put it this way. When we feel guilty for something, it's like we feel guilty because we feel wrong for something that we did. But when we have toxic shame, we actually feel that we ourselves are wrong, or that there's something actually wrong with us. And I think a lot of you guys are holding on to this toxic shame from maybe your childhood or your past, and it's keeping you stuck, okay? I think a lot of you guys want to be, you want to feel more connection in your life, but then you also hide because there's this shame. All right, so it's kind of an energy like where maybe the closer people try to get to you, the more you want to hide because you're afraid that they're going to see that negative side of you, like the way you perceive yourself. I feel like some of you guys perceive yourself very negatively. But what's interesting is like there's a part of you that's very high functioning. So you are a successful person, but then when it comes to your emotional space, there is a wounding here. There is a hidden energy. If you look at, I don't know if you guys can see this, but right here, there's a face that's hidden in the imagery. Okay, and I feel like a lot of you guys try to hide because you feel a lot of shame. But a lot of you, I'm feeling it's not something that you did. It's something that was projected onto you when you were younger, and you just have kept up with it, and you've allowed your life to be affected because of it. Okay, and I do sense that this will change, but you guys are you are having to take this conscious effort to get out of this negative thinking about yourself. It's the way you think about yourself. You're needing to shift how you think about yourself. You're needing to let go of any guilt that you're carrying, any stress, any worry, any shame. You're needing to release this, because I feel like once you do, you're going to shift out of this karmic cycle that you've been in, and you're going to shift into a more positive energy. You're going to start drawing in more happiness. You're going to feel more fulfilled. You're going to feel less alone. But this is a change that you guys have to make. And we actually have number 5 here and number 5 here, which both fives talk about change. So, but this is a change that you have to make. It's not something that's going to happen just randomly. You have to consciously make the effort to change because you've been in this energy. All right, some of you guys also need to learn to speak up for yourself as well. I feel like when it comes to your profession, you do, but when it comes to your like romantic partnerships or your friendships or your family, you might have a hard time expressing your needs because you don't feel like you deserve good things. Or you don't feel like you deserve love, essentially. I feel like it's not good things. I feel like you welcome good, nice things in your life, but when it comes to love, it's almost like you feel like you don't deserve love. And this could be like a deeper subconscious thing. Okay, so that's what I have for you guys. So I do hope that this reading was helpful. Like I said in the other readings, if you want to book your personal what you need to know or what Spirit wants you to know reading, that will be in the description box down below, as well as access to all my other readings, online courses. I have a self-love course and a twin flame course, as well as guided meditations. All right, but I'm sending you absolute love and light, and I wish you all the best on your journey. Take care.